swimming. And then look at you with nothing on! I'll have you both in my hands with colds before I know it.
Don't worry, Nanny. It's not chilly, really. Summer's here. Will you go and make me some coffee? Please, nurse, I'd love some coffee. It would do me so much good.
My poor baby. Her head's swimming, but with nothing on her stomach. I'm standing here like an idiot when I could be getting her something hot to drink. Aren't you well?
Yes, I just got up too early.
I couldn't sleep either.
I was Mayne. You ought not to go without your beauty sleep.
Oh, don't make fun of me.
Not as me, truly. This particular morning, seeing how beautiful you are makes everything easier for me. Wasn't I a miserable little beast when you were small? I used to fling mud at you and put worms down your dress. I remember tying you to a tree and cutting off your hair. Your beautiful hair. How easy it must be. Never to be unreasonable with all that smooth silken hair. So wonderfully set around your head.
Antigone, why do you insist upon talking about other things?
I'm not talking about other things.
Antigone, I've thought about it a lot.
Have you?
I've thought about it all night long, Antigone. You're mad.
Am I?
We cannot do it.
Why not?
Creon will have us put to death.
Of course he will. That's what he's here for. He will do what he has to do, and we will do what we have to do. He's bound to put us to death, and we're bound to go and bury our brother. That's the way it is. What do you think we can do to change it?
I don't want to die.
Well, I prefer not to die myself.
Listen to me, Antigone. I've thought about it all night long. I'm older than you are. I always think things through and you don't. You're impulsive. You get a notion in your head and you get up and do the thing straight off. And if it's silly, well, so much the worse for you. Whereas I think things out.
Well, sometimes it's better not to think too much.
Oh, I don't agree with you. Listen, I pity Polynices, our brother, just as much as you do. But all the same, I sort of see what Creon means.
I don't want to sort of see anything.
Creon is the king. He has to set an example.
But I'm not the king. I don't have to set people examples. When Antigone gets a notion in her head. The nasty brat, the willful, wicked girl. Oh, and they put her in the corner all day. Or they lock her up in the cellar. Oh, and she deserves it. She shouldn't have disobeyed.
There you go, frowning, glowering, wanting your own stubborn way in everything. I'm right oftener than you are.
I don't want to be right.
At least you can try to understand.
Understand? The first word I've ever heard out of any of you is that word, understand. Why not understand that I must not play with water? Cold, black, beautiful flowing water. Oh, because I'd spill it on the palace tiles. Or with earth, because earth dirties a little girl's frock. Why didn't I understand that nice children, they don't eat out of every dish at once, or give everything in their pockets to beggars, or run in the wind so fast that they fall down, or ask for a drink when they're perspiring, or want to go swimming when it's either too early or too late, merely because they happen to feel like swimming? Understand? I don't want to understand. There'll be time enough to understand when I'm old. If I ever am old, but not now.
Antigone, Creon is the king. The whole city of Thebes is with him. Thousands squirming through all the streets of Thebes.
I'm not listening to this.
His mob will come running, howling as it runs. 1,000 arms will seize our arms. 1,000 breaths will breathe into our faces. Like one single pair of eyes, 1,000 eyes will stare at us. We'll be driven in a tumble through their hatred, through the smell of them and their cruel roaring laughter. We'll be dragged to the scaffold for torture, surrounded by guards, their idiot faces all bloated, their animal hands clean washed for our sacrifice, their beefy eyes squinting as they stare at us. And at that moment, no shrieking and no begging will make them understand that we want to live. For they are like slaves, do exactly as they've been told, without caring for right or wrong, and we shall suffer. We shall feel pain rising in us until it becomes so unbearable that we know it must stop. But it won't stop. It'll
How well you've thought it all out.
I've thought about it all night long, haven't you?
Yes.
I'm an awful coward, Antigone.
So am I, but what does that have to do with it?
Antigone, don't you want to go on living?
Go on living? Who was it that was always first out of bed because she loved the touch of the cold morning air on her bare skin? Who was always last to bed because nothing less than infinite weariness could wean her away from the lingering night? Who cried when she was little because there was too many grasses in the meadow and too many creatures in the field for her to know and touch them all?
Darling little sister.
No, for heaven's sake, don't paw me. Don't let us start sniveling. You said you thought it all out. The howling mob, the torture, the fear of death. They've made up their mind for you, is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's as good as excuses as any.
Antigone, be sensible. It's all very well for men to believe in ideas and die for them. But you are a girl.
Don't I know that I'm a girl? Haven't I spent my entire life cursing the fact that I was a girl?
Antigone, you have everything in the world to make you happy. You're young and you're beautiful.
I'm not beautiful.
Yes, you are. Not the way other girls are. But it's always you that the little boys turn to look back at when we cross the street. And when we turn a corner, the little girls stop talking and they stare at you.
Little boys, little girls.
And what about Haman?
I'll see him this morning and I'll take care of him. You always said that I was mad. It didn't matter how little I was or what I wanted to do. The sun's coming up. And as you can see, there's nothing more that I can do today. Brother Polynices is as well guarded as if he had won the war sitting on his throne. I'm back to bed now, as Mamie. I'm pale with weariness.
What are you going to do?
Come along, my dove. Come to breakfast.
Well, I don't feel like going back to bed. But if you want, I'll promise not to get up. Leave the house until you get up.
You will let me talk to you about this again, won't you?
Yes, I'll let you talk. Let you all talk. Always let me talk.
Come along, my dove. I made you coffee and toast and jam.
I'm not hungry really, nurse.
Where is your pain?
Nowhere, Nanny. But you must keep me warm and safe the way you used to when I was little. Nanny, stronger than all fever, stronger than any nightmare, stronger than the shadow of the cupboard used to snarl at me and turn into a dragon on the bedroom wall. Stronger than 1,000 insects gnawing and nibbling in the silence of the night. Stronger than the night itself. Its weird hooting of the night birds used to frighten me even when I couldn't hear them. Nanny, stronger than death. Take my hand, Nanny, as if I were ill in bed and you were standing beside me.
My spirit.